let us know if you can hear us and see us all okay. Then we're gonna jump right into this lovely Dev Diary stream. Just gonna wait and see first if the chat will say that everything's fine. Honestly, I think that we should be okay, and I'm hoping that we're gonna be fine. I'm still holding up. See you and hear you. Amazing. Wonderful. Thank you so much for the confirmation. Hey everyone, my name is Forsythia, or you may know me as Anjanette, and I'm the Senior Community Manager for Vigor, and today we're having a Dev Diary stream with some lovely guests. So first off next to me is Filip Daňhel, who is our designer.
Hi guys.
And surprise, surprise, more guests coming your way soon. It is Rhiannon, Raz, and Moof.
Hello, hello.
Hi.
Okay, so everything is perfect. That's so nice. Thank you so much for the heads up. Let's go, Filip. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Someone said that they can't hear us, but like that's literally just one person who said that they can't hear us. Maybe try putting up your volume a little bit louder, and then we'll see how it goes. But I think that we should be all right. So, yeah. Right. I think that we can jump right in. We will be talking about season 20, which some of you may have seen some videos already from our partners, and we hope that you've been enjoying our teasers. So we'll be jumping into that today. And the person who said that they couldn't hear us said that he was joking. So I'm so glad that you're saying this.
Thank you for confirming.
Yeah, because we have a friend from the audio team who's helping us fix stuff. So we wanted to make sure that everything's fine. It would be a shame if we started talking and then none of you would hear what's happening with season 20. So
You owe him.
who is you and who?
Like, that
that
joke,
person,
like that
the
joke
jokester.
that was right on spot. But
All right. So how about we jump into the topic introduction? Rhiannon, would you like to take it away?
Absolutely. So yeah, today we're going to be taking a look at season 20. The wait is over. It is coming tomorrow. It's very exciting. We're very excited. I know that this current season, season 19, has been going on for a little while, but yeah, not too much longer to wait. Just tomorrow, which is going to be great. But yeah, so the theme of this season, in case you've already kind of seen the trailer, and obviously, hopefully you've taken a look at some of the videos that our lovely partners have created as well, that have given you like a sneak peek of what's coming in season 20. But the theme is action movies, specifically 80s action movies. And what you can see on the screen at the moment is something that we shared on our socials last month during our anniversary. We didn't say at the time what the theme was going to be, so in case any of you kind of like got the hint from that post of what was coming this coming season, nice one. Some of what you can see in the image as well is also in the game, so it is very exciting. But yeah, this season, like you can see like this theme in like the battle pass and the cosmetics, and we have a new weapon as well. So we're going to be taking a look at all of that today.
All right, so since Rhiannon mentioned that we'll be looking at the game, I'm just going to jump into the game real quick so that we can see. Just a heads up, we're going to be playing on the update preview build, which is exclusively for partners and developers. So please do not be alarmed if you cannot queue up with us. It's just because we're playing on a separate special build, but it's the best way for you to get a sneak peek of Season 20. So here we are, this is the game, but Raz is hiding.
Oh, there he is.
iconic entry.
All right, so thank you for showing off the outfit, Raz. Since we're on the topic of outfits, Raz, could you walk through briefly what's the character wearing, and then we'll go from there?
Oh, well, I could, but since it was Filip who was designing it, I think
That's
that,
also a
it would be
possibility.
a
But
better,
Filip is taking a
better
drink
pick.
of water right now, so
Yeah, so I'm excused.
balls in your court, Raz.
Okay. Yeah, so it's like it's a uniform is like inspired by the the 80s, 90s action heroes. So it's like all the cool utility stuff that is like would be just like terrible, I guess, in real life, but here it just works.
Yeah.
It's very kind of iconic 80s, just that whole look. It's just
Yeah.
Yeah, we wanted to celebrate the update 20 with a bang. So yeah, we settled for that.
But we cannot look at the bank though, because cool guys don't.
That's true. That's true.
Just say Rambo, y'all basically copied it. Well, how about we look through the battle pass, which will have the assets, and then you're going to see more of what's actually happening. Alright. This badge is amazing. The title is great. Alright, so that's the level 50 uniform, correct? Or was that the level...
No, this is the level 50
Okay.
uniform. Now
Sorry,
this is the more.
The monitor is far from me, so I'm just like squinting.
Yeah. There's the uniform. Like there's the backpack. Like CD ammo everywhere. Everywhere when you can easily reach it, right?
And what you're wearing on your head as well, I think, is like earlier on in the battle pass,
Yeah,
if I remember.
it's one of the first ones, I think.
Yes.
There's the iPad.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, you can get a taste of
Rotor.
pretty much everything in the battle pass.
I love the
this
sunglasses
is
as well.
One of our community members is saying that the level 50 badge is the picture that they see in their nightmares. We're glad to have delivered, or tell us if it was a bad idea, then we're sorry. Let us know.
Yeah, so this is the.
There's some great like
Some
pictures
scar.
on the titles as well in the battle pass. They're just like with the explosions and like the weapons. It looks very cool.
Some scratch marks. Yeah. Action week. It's pretty early on, yes.
Action is around every corner in this season, I think.
Alright, so aside from the battle pass, we will be showcasing other things as well. As Rhiannon mentioned, we'll be going through something that a lot of Outlanders have been waiting for, which is the new map, and we will be able to showcase the new weapon as well, hopefully. Raz, if I could ask you to queue up for a game, and dear partners who are available on the preview build, please join in, and maybe you could hunt down Raz or something. We love him, but maybe sometimes a challenge will be great, you know.
Yeah, like for
We
sure
love
they
him,
can.
yeah, go on, kill him.
So yeah, we're queuing up. Just a reminder, again, for the public, we are playing on the update preview build, which is solely available for partners and for developers, so you will not be able to queue in. It looks like we were able to jump into a game really quickly because it's preparing server, so I'm curious which of our partners were able to jump in, or other developers, because some of them sometimes like to be sneaky and jump in. While we're going through the lobby, maybe it would be good to segue to Moof, who will be talking a little bit more about iivan, because I think that this will be something that our partners gave a lot of feedback, and I'm so looking forward to our community seeing the rest of it as well. So maybe Moof, could you briefly go through the map and narrate Raz's experiences when he gets into the map?
Yeah, sure. So it's our new map. We brought it with Encounter. The map is roughly 1 kilometer per 300 meters, so it's fairly big. And it's like rural area, somewhere in the suburbs. And yeah, what's specific about that map is also that you can run into strange mannequins here and there. And what they actually, or where they came from, basically those were used in the past during atomic testing. So they have a story behind them. So don't get scared. They are a bit creepy. So don't get scared if you run into them. Raz will show you around. And there's a couple of really nice places in the map also, like hidden exit with waterfall and such. So really search through the map and discover all the nice places in there.
There's
Yes,
a lot-
indeed. Go ahead, sorry.
There's a lot of surprises in the map. Like
Yeah.
from
Sure.
going through it, there was even just like coming across the mannequins. Like when I got into the map and I started seeing them, I was like, okay, they're around. But then like when I went into one room,
here is
they were
one, here
just
is one.
sitting on a chair, and I was like, ah, it's like a mini jump scare.
Yep.
So I appreciate like the creepiness.
Even after the
this.
long time of development of the map, we're like playtesting it a lot, and even to this day, I still get from time to time some jump scares of of the mannequins I didn't see before, like even now. So yeah, so it offers a lot of jump scares in the future if you are a jump scary person.
Yeah, our environment designers wanted to put in something special,
Yeah.
you know, something spicy. So they choose it, and the mannequins, they fit very well the story of Vigor,
Definitely.
like post-apocalyptic Norway.
I can imagine that they'll be perfect for spooky season as well next month.
Yeah.
They'll just add that
Yeah, good point.
creep factor.
All right, and I think Raz, you're also carrying the new weapon.
Yes.
So would Philip like to go a little bit into the new weapon that we will be presenting with season 20?
Yeah, with pleasure. So the new weapon, as you may have already noticed, is a secondary weapon, which may sound weird at first, but we wanted to present something like to add to the game something something kick-ass, something badass in terms of well, not in terms, but in alignment with the season's theme. So we chose pistol, bolt action pistol with a scope, 5 rounds in a magazine, and pretty decent scope for long range. There are some downsides, like the fact that it's a bolt action, so we need to use the bolt between every shot. But there are the upsides, which is that it packs a punch, and if you're in an effective range, it's basically one shot, one kill. It deals a lot of damage, and it should be really fun for our experienced players. So give that a try, and really try to get the best out of that. And it should be all at the same time. It should be pretty easy and tangible for newcomers. It offers a great range. It offers a great deal of damage, but it may need some time to get used to the flow of using it, like the reloading and all that. But it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, a perfect secondary weapon for me, at least. That's subjective, right? But yeah, go for it.
I had a go at trying out that weapon
Mhm.
earlier today, and it felt very precise, like using it, like because of the scope. But it was what
Yeah,
you were
let
saying
me-
about it being suitable for like.
Yeah, let me be clear. It's not that much precise in extreme long ranges.
Yeah.
If you aim like across the whole map, the scope, like the visual of the scope, doesn't offer that much precision in that extreme long range. Don't worry, we thought about that, and we wanted to offer the best precision for the optimal range and not further. So yeah, it when you get used to it, it might be pretty effective, but still hard to use for extreme ranges.
Yeah, I think I was trying out kind of like more close distance. So
Yeah,
that
yeah.
makes sense. Definitely.
And even though in extremely close spaces, it's not that great either. So it has a big spread, which might be useful in some cases. I had a couple of instances that on playtest when someone like just around the corner just jump scared me, and I was just pulled the trigger, and it was really big crosshair, and that it just hit him because he was so close. And you have like, if you hit, there's 100% chance you will kill him basically in the close distance if you hit him right. So yeah.
Since you mentioned that the new weapon is a secondary, as someone who plays the game and has tested out the various weapons, Philip, what weapon would you choose as a primary
Oh yeah.
alongside the new tier?
Yeah,
weapon.
I think for me personally, it works best with shotguns. It's I think I'm not that much of a hardcore like try hard or something, but when I was testing the weapon like from user experience, I usually paired it with assault rifles also and sniper rifles and all that, but then I got to the extreme, like it should work also with the close range weapons, like because I'm not that much of a sniper. I'm a camper, yeah, but not
I
that
mean-
good sniper. So it offers the best for me personally. It offers the best range of possibilities when I pair it with a shotgun, tight guy especially, for example.
I mean, you could have not said you were a camper. You could have just said you're into close quarter combat, dude. But okay. I mean, truth will out apparently.
yeah, I will lay it out there. I'm not cryptic in that. I'm not like a toxic camper, or I don't camp all the time. But yeah, I
That's
enjoy
what
that.
campers say.
Sorry,
That's all. That's what campers say.
that's what campers say. Yeah.
Again, relating to weapons, we have some people saying that probably the MGV would be a good thing to pair with it. And I'm a little bit confused right now because we have someone on the road playing really loud music. So
Just
it's
some background like
That's annoying.
ambiance.
yeah. So I hope that wasn't too disruptive, but we should be fine. So yeah, we have some people saying that the MGV would do good or the MG3. And then we've got an interesting question: the tier M46 versus the crossbow. Which one is better, Philip?
Between what? Between
The tier and the crossbow.
how can you compare those two?
I mean, but they have, so now you have to answer.
Which is best, like, for what? Actually, it's not a bad pairing. It's a nice pairing, by the way.
But I mean, if you had to choose between one or the other.
Oh, choose between one of the other.
Mm-hmm.
Dear, yeah, I would go with the pistol.
Mm.
Me personally.
Okay, okay. Interesting
Well,
advice.
but not every time. Like, it depends, right? Depends on the situation. Depends on the map. Depends. Really.
And right now we see Raz going through the map and exploring various areas, so we hope that our Outlanders are enjoying how it's looking, and if you have any thoughts or feedback about the map so far, please let us know. I mean, some of you all had, let's say, a sneak peek thanks to the partners, but also the Hay Maze is a part of Ikevian. Hello, who is
Hello
that?
there.
Friend.
Hi. Oh, oh.
Oh, this is
dancing.
lovely.
Let's dance off.
Mhm.
I did see some comments in the chat about the mannequins. Seems that people are enjoying kind of seeing those in the map. I saw a question, or more of like a comment, that it would be cool if like they were moving for Halloween or something. Like
yeah,
them
I'm
just
glad,
like
to,
suddenly.
glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. Good ideas, guys.
Relating to Halloween, actually, there was a question. I'm gonna direct this question probably to Raz and Moof because spooky season is coming, and a lot of our Outlanders enjoy pumpkins on maps. So, can they expect to see pumpkins on Ikevian during Halloween?
It's like, do you want to confirm and spoil? Is like the weight, or is like, do we let them just like be?
I mean, there
Surprise.
isn't there. Okay, there isn't a wait
There
because
will
they
be
know
pump-
when Halloween is
There
coming.
will be pumpkins.
Okay. Jesus, you made
Oh,
me nervous. You made everyone in the chat nervous. Like, don't take away our pumpkins.
Oh, there are going to be pumpkins.
That's gonna look excellent on this map.
Mm.
Halloween.
There are some questions in the chat as well about other
Great.
weapons, considering that we.
Shoot.
Well, oh yes, shoot at Philip right now. Let's do it. The camper will take your answer. I'm never gonna forget this.
Go for it. I mean,
Well, I think it will be a duo kind of situation between Philip and Raz because they're asking to see how rifles look like. So maybe that's something that Raz can show off later on. He will equip a different bunch of weapons, I guess, or it might even be a thing in the shelter, in the shooting range. So one of the questions that Philip could answer right now is, well, we really need to know about the rifles. So I think that's just a general question of how would you explain the change with the weapons through the weapon overhaul, specifically for the rifles, Philip?
I presume that they are talking about sniper rifles.
That's a good question. Assault rifles or sniper
Because
sniper rifles?
that was the most talked about.
I
issue
assume
in the past, right?
they mean
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, because there were like basically everything changed with the weapon overhaul a bit. Like there was nothing that basically, well, some of the changes aren't even noticeable for
some
most
of them
weapons.
pointed out a noticeable change, which is the crosshairs.
That's
that's-
what I
that's-
was thinking.
they were
That's what I
just
was
saying
thinking.
it.
The rifles was about. So yeah, so
Mhm.
sniper rifles. that thing was okay. That question was about sniper rifles and the fact that they have no crosshair in third person
Yes, exactly.
specifically. Yeah. We decided to, as far as I'm concerned, there's no changes to that decision. We decided to stay with the state of the things that were in the preview build regarding that issue. So sniper rifles don't have crosshairs in third person for a number of reasons. Don't worry, it's still.
Could you walk through some reasons so
Right,
that
yeah, no
our
problem.
players can understand it a little bit better?
As I mentioned before, the weapon overhaul was basically like redoing everything regarding the weapon system, like from simple things like spread rate of fire, base damage, penetration. Well, penetration is a secondary thing, but yeah, but still, and like the speed of animations, for example, all of the simple like imagine stuff you can imagine, to the deep extent of the formulas of computing how the damage works, how the health system works, how the bullet behaves and should behave, and if it behaves in the 3D space, in the game, in the map. What's the logic behind that? What travels where? What transfers? What values mean what? Like every single thing was thought about like all over again. So it's not visible, but it's a whole different system than it was before. Like there's basically almost nothing that stayed the same way as it did before. Now to the matter of the crosshair. We established at the first we established like some baselines of what we want to achieve based on both our vision of it, and also to the same extent the way that players use the weapons, and that mainly based on data, like how the weapons perform actually, what distance are they used for, crossover with what distance are they most likely to kill, most likely to perform, because people don't tend all the time use the weapons for the most usable range as designed. So we took everything into consideration like that. And for sniper rifles, one of the baselines was that we want sniper rifles to be used at long ranges, which is best with a scope, right? There's also a connected thing to that we have sniper rifles with full auto fire mode, which you want to be usable but not too overpowered in long ranges. So that goes hand in hand with recoil, for example. If the weapon has a great feel of recoil in close range, then it's gonna suck in long range in the optics, and vice versa. So that was all to consider, and we iterated on it many times, and I say many times. And the best option we wanted to try to go with was remove the crosshair in third person, to make it more clear that alright, I should use it in first person.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean that they don't work in third person. I myself, from the start, was a big publicly and again among the company at least, among the project
team,
at least,
yeah.
was openly against that decision to remove it, because it seemed heretic at that time, and it from a certain point of view it still does. But and therefore I myself really tried to use it in third person too, and I have to say it somehow works. At close range, we set it in a way that when I have sniper rifles with full auto fire mode, I tend to use them in full auto mode in third person, even without the crosshair, if the situation is logical to it. Like if I expect someone to come through the door or jump around the corner, I switch to wait for it and just spray him. Yeah, the spread is great. the spread is big. It's not usable for mid range, but it's still usable. You can still use that. Even things like VZ52, which does not have full auto, but you can bam 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 like that in a row. You can still use that, and it's still usable. It's not the preferred way, and we wanted it to not be the preferred way for the sniper rifles. So we tried to tweak, even as I was speaking, for example, about the recoil. When you set the recoil so it's tangibly good in third person. So we tweaked it for the first person. So it should work well even with like managing it, toning it down with your controller, with your aim, the recoil. So it's set for first person ideally. So that's the preferred way. And
Sorry, just to cut in here, I wanted to mention that Raz was kind enough to show off the
Oh, yeah.
MOS and the VSS
Nice.
in third person, and even compared it to ADS versus actually using the scope, or between third person and ADS/scope. So I just wanted to say that like Filip is mentioning the reasons and how
Yeah.
it works, and Raz is
Nice.
perfectly showcasing it.
nice.
So all is good.
And we realized that the decision is a big one, and from the time we decided to do that, or it was decided to do that, I actually, like, after a couple of iterations, after a few weeks, I even I personally shifted to the decision. Okay, let's do it. It tends to work somehow. So we tweaked it in order to make it work as best as possible, right? So, and even now, and we still are going to track the data if it really works that way we intended to, if players use it that way we designed it to, and if it does break or does not break anything, if it's enjoyable, and like really seriously everything is still taken into consideration. Everything is still tracked. We track the data, we check the data, and I completely understand that it's confusing or it's not a welcome change for some players. Yeah, that tends to happen if with a big change every time. But don't worry, we still want it to be a coherent system, like from all the other optics, all the other aspects. There is really much more to think about, and we still do, and we still check it. Don't worry, guys, it tends to work well. We still are on the lookout for some potential issues, but we play tested very hard. We iterated on it very hard, and many more times than you might actually think. And
I mean, everyone was waiting for it for
yeah,
the longest
yeah.
time, and we're happy
and we
to
hear the
present
feedback.
it.
I mean, I read the feedback, and I'm still checking, like every week, still checking what your visions have shifted towards what, and your points, all your constructive, and also the not constructive feedback. Everything's taken into consideration. So don't worry. Yeah, it's a big change. It's a big change, but we are interested more in just one simple factor for the most people to be like okay with. We're more interested in the whole system to work as a coherent box of
Weapons.
yeah,
The box of weapons.
box of weapons.
On to weapons, but not exactly the weapon overhaul. I wanted to ask if any of our Outlanders noticed this new weapon skin that Raz is showcasing right now with the tier, because he hit some targets and it did some magic over there.
Oh
So.
yeah, we have a next level magic there.
Mhm.
We
And I.
started with the electrode rig, and
Mhm.
we're trying to pump it up each time we're allowed. It's a serious, not me. It's the magics of Adam, basically,
Mhm.
our scripter.
Yes, indeed. So it's nice to have such a lovely skin in the game. Thank you, Filip, for going through the weapon overhaul, some decisions behind some changes that were made, and thank you, Raz, as well, for jumping in and showing different weapons as per the community's requests, and also in sync with Filip's speech
one.
about the different assault rifles/sniper rifles. So thank you very much for that. Okay, let's see. There is let's grab a question from the chat, because it's a more overarching question, and I think that would be good. What are the main changes or new game changers in the new season? Are there new shelter expansion levels? What changes are there to the game mechanics? Why don't you ever answer the important questions for players who have been playing the game for a long time? Thank you for the question, Sir Clueless. Just right now, Filip was actually talking about the weapon overhaul and the decisions behind it, and we know that a lot of Outlanders were waiting for it to come out with Season 20, and it's actually going to come out So stay tuned for that, and we hope you give it a try and give us some feedback for it. There will be no new shelter improvements for Season 20, but don't fret because we have other good things coming your way with Season 20. Earlier on today, we were showcasing Ikevian, which I think it would be totally alright, Raz, if you went in with a badass loadout full of machine guns and just started
Yes.
guns blazing in front of the mannequins. And we could try and jump into Ikevian once more because we probably have some Outlanders who just joined in and did not get to see your lovely showcase of it. So if you could be so kind to jump into, I hope it's on rotation, is my next sentence. But
Okay,
yeah,
so what should I make? What?
Ikevian, please.
Ikevian again.
Just
Okay.
because there was an overarching question from Sir Clueless that was asking what's new and what's the game changer. Well, we covered one of them, which was the weapon overhaul, and you might have missed out on Ikevian, which is why I'm asking Raz to jump into Ikevian right now.
Yeah, sure.
But just let him take care of his loadout. I think he's trying to protect himself from some of our partners, which is also a good thing to mention that this is the update preview build we're playing on, so it's only available for partners and developers.
Mostly trying to protect myself for my shitty shooting. I need to take a lot of ammo.
Oh, no, that's
Okay,
alright.
so let
I'm
me
sure
see,
the partners will be kind to you, even though we've asked them to try and hunt for you. But I mean, they found you earlier and they didn't kill you, so that's nice.
They were kind. And I saw a question earlier about the weather in Ikevian and whether like daytime would be kind of more frequent, but I know that the weather kind of changes randomly. It's not like set to certain
Yeah,
settings.
it's completely random. So.
Yeah, but it does look very pretty in the daytime. But I have, I think I experienced Ikevian in Shootout in the fog, and it was very atmospheric. So I think it looks good in that as well.
Before Raz gets into the encounter, which he will now, there's a question that has been asked a couple of times. When does PC season start? Will it be this week also? Well, you might have seen our social media posts. We will be releasing Vigor on PC for free to play sometime this week, so stay tuned. We're still working on the last bits and pieces, but it's coming this week, so keep an eye out.
And speaking of different kind of conditions in Ikevian, it's nice to see it in the dark. It's going to be fun seeing those mannequins.
Oh yeah. They even stand out a little bit in the how they're white, and then you come across them, you instantly see them in close range.
It's eerie.
It's creepy.
Did the devs have fun kind of like placing them in certain
Yeah,
areas?
they had a lot of fun with them, trying to different poses and different scary gestures, and yeah, they had many ideas what to do with them.
And actually, we have an interesting question about Move, but they refer to you as Vladimír. You're not talking much. What is your role? I think this would be a good time to mention how it's like to be our project lead for Vigor and how long you've been on Vigor and how you feel about seeing the game grow and the team as well. So
Yeah, sorry. I'm usually
No, don't
listening a
apologize.
lot to what others say and watching Ras play. And but when there is a question, what was it about? Like how long I am
yeah,
with the project?
could you walk
and
us through how long you've been on the project and how you feel seeing that we're coming out with season 20? We're coming out with a weapon overhaul, which is something that was highly requested by the community for a long time. Like, just walk us through how you feel.
That's an interesting one because as you see, like we will be releasing the 20th update, right? And it's a number, man. And I started thinking like, hey, 20th update. How long actually I am on the project? Because like usually we release like 4 battle pass seasons per year, and I started like counting. I was like, oh man, it's quite a number. And then I looked it up and counted it and found out that basically I am 7 years with the project, guys. So that's an interesting thing. Basically, I didn't do what I actually do as a project lead. I started as a technical designer when we were setting up base of the project. So it was a phase of like pre-production shifting to production. So we were basically discussing a lot of things with designers, a lot of prototyping, shaping up what the game should actually be. So that was an interesting phase. And like as the time passes, the life cycle of the project evolved. So it turned over basically into like finishing things, first release on Xbox in early access, then like full release on Xbox. Very soon after that, that was the Switch release and release on PS. Basically, it was like 4 years ago, and currently we are entering a new phase when we will release on another big platform, which is PC. So that is like very exciting time for me. It's basically fourth platform we release on since I am the project. So like really excited. And over the years, like I have met many super experienced colleagues and talented ones who put effort in the project. So it was a big honor for me to work with such a team. And yep, we have promised or we have spoken a lot about the PC port, and now it's a real thing, and it's coming very soon. So not only me, but the whole team is very excited to see what you say. And together with that, another big thing is the weapon overhaul. Filip spoke about it extensively, but that is something we wanted long term ourselves. We were always tweaking the weapons, working on them. We were gathering ideas basically for years. Not only myself, but also other designers, other team members, guys from QA, and it resulted into like really our decision to rework the weapon system from scratch, which actually happened. It took longer than we originally expected, but we really wanted to do it right, so we didn't want to release it prematurely, and we did a release during the early access to really gather a lot of feedback from the public and to do last big polish, which also happened. So yeah, I'm really glad we brought it like to life basically, and will be released very soon. And that's that. If there is anything else like you would like to know or anything I can say, like just ask.
Yeah, so drop your questions in the chat, guys. And not a question, but a statement. Someone said that Vladimír goated, and so you greatest of all time. Your time here.
Yeah, guys, really thank you. Like I value this greatly. Like as always, I do my job as every other team member. I do it as best as I can. I did it on every position I worked. So yeah, really, from the bottom of my heart, really thank you for that.
That's so sweet. Thank you guys for the support, and thank you, Moof, as well, for walking us through the long history of Vigor. I mean, it's wild to think that it's been 4 years since our PlayStation release, and
Yeah, the time flies. The time flies. Yeah, who would have said that? Like when we were releasing on PlayStation, it was sixth season, I think.
Yes, season 6. We released Anakin and Night Maps.
And
I remember that.
At that time, I was thinking like, hey man, if we could release like up to 10, we will have 10 seasons. That would be nice, just 4 more. That I would be really satisfied.
Twice.
Now there is 20, so I'm really glad we pushed Vigor so far.
In
Yeah.
season 20. 20 is a big number. It's nice to have this kind of like theme for season 20. It feels very kind of like celebratory. Have you had like a particular favorite season?
Not quite. I'm usually a lot into military stuff. Maybe I worked on Arma 3 as well, and I'm kind of a military fan. So yeah, usually the military topics, they attract me. and I also like weapons. I mean, like designing them, tweaking them. I mean, in the games and such. Also, like tried some of them like real life. So it was really interesting for me to cooperate with guys on the weapon overhaul. So in general, like seasons for me, it's the military ones.
That sounds good. And I like how somebody took it seriously when we were gonna go in like guns blazing. Someone definitely came in to join us for that.
It's like I love it how we just like played that it actually looks like I do have a chance. It's like all those warning shots is like just so I notice them.
But I love how the community sometimes it is very peaceful, so we can just greet ourselves in the level. But sometimes, like really, we need the guns blazing.
I'm not going anywhere.
I remember when I was playing, and the guys really like were how to call it, like saving my life not to play on 100%. They were playing like 20% skill, so I can survive 10 seconds more.
Oh.
Tiny online's like, I don't want to kill you. That's so sweet.
I just do. My body is prepared, just like the playtests.
It's a good chance to run around the map and check everything out.
Yeah, wear him out.
Yeah.
Wear them all out.
His stamina's not looking good, you know.
Like the first tour
Just you wait.
I like how the first
There we go.
tour
All right.
we had of Ikivien earlier in the stream was just like a nice gentle stroll with a friend, just taking everything in, and now it's like
Run!
high stakes.
Run, Forrest, run!
Tiny was like, you can kill me though. I've already come to terms with it. So Raz, she gave you permission.
Oh no! Like I think they deserve the kill already.
Step it up. Take the airdrop and get out.
I don't know if he'll
You can make
manage.
I'll try zigzagging.
Serpentine!
That's a nice maneuver.
Serpentine! A good question, perhaps, maybe something that Move can cover. Are there going to be a few more seasons after season 20? Because PC release is something I've dreamed of since release on Xbox. So Move, are there going to be more seasons on after season 20?
Yeah, I have also dreamed of the PC release because I'm kinda more like PC player than console player, so mouse and keyboard I prefer those. Yeah, so also I'm looking forward to get better at Vigor, and yeah, for sure we are not discontinuing releasing new seasons, so there are big plans going forward like for the next year. So yeah, you can look forward to new season teams and yeah, new nice assets.
Thank you so much, Move. I just wanted to point out that while Raz is trying to secure the airdrop and hopefully run for his life, I just wanted to mention that we still have some other changes with Season 20 that we could cover. So we'll just, no pressure, Raz, actually. It would be better if you survived this, but...
Sped up.
Yeah.
No.
Just they allowed me to survive and run out.
They gave you permission to live.
Yeah.
You head start.
So after Raz exits the encounter, we'll be trying to show off some more things that are new in the shelter, so that you can know what you're looking forward to with Season 20.
They allowed me to leave. That's like so nice of them.
You're
like-
blessed.
Like, look at how pitiful I am.
Do you not have any more like antibiotics, or not even a painkiller to try? Well, painkillers are temporary, but oh, you have painkillers, but no antibiotics or no bandages.
But
Oh,
you're nearly there.
that's
Nice, you got it.
amazing. Then you
Maybe
They allowed me to get.
and then you get shot.
Now,
Like with 2
exactly.
seconds left.
I was still hoping for that shot.
He got lucky. Amazing. This is great. You survived us. You even had some crossfire going on earlier, and you managed to survive it. So kudos to you. And you showed
Yeah.
off the map and how it looks like in the night. So thank you for that. Oh, Tiny was like, I was like, great shot on me. Then I realized it was Dizzy. Dizzy shot her, not you. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Raz.
I was like, I'm pretty sure I did not kill anyone. Like, I don't know. I've hit someone who was carrying a plate, like, because I saw the blue hit mark. But apart from that, like, yeah. Like, it never got to me. It's like how playing without the headphones is actually just like limiting. I have
Yeah,
no
yeah.
It's
idea where to
hard
be.
mode as
Yeah,
hell.
it is. It's hardcore.
Yeah. So, please, Raz is not that bad. It's just
Oh, I am that bad.
no,
Come
no, no, no,
on.
no, no, no. That's not it.
Don't undermine yourself.
Yeah. All right. So, as I promised, we're going to go back into the shelter and talk about some things that have been added as well. Rhiannon, would you like to take this one?
Yes, definitely. So if you go to the options menu, we can probably take a look at the new QR code for the Vigor ID. Would you like to explain a little bit about why this was implemented?
Yeah, this was actually just like some like a slight convenience tweak, like in improvement for players. It's like it's quite hard to just like get the tracking ID the players have for themselves. So it's like now they have a bit more easier way to do so by just like simply scanning it with their smart device, and they can submit their support ticket. So it's like it basically just copies the tracking ID for you, copies it to the keyboard or saves it into the smart device, and you can easily reach the support. Like no need to like type it off the screen.
That'll be very handy. Yes, yeah.
Eventually, like we might actually just like do the a link forward to the feedback tracker or something like that. For now, it's just at least the copying of the Vigor ID.
That would be great. Because I know that when me and the other community managers are sometimes communicating with you players, sometimes we need to ask for your Vigor ID, and we know that it's like a long string of letters and numbers. So, yeah, this should
The
definitely help.
lower left corner and like
Yes, yeah. So it's there, and then also in the options menu there.
it's still there, but this is more convenient way on how to do that.
Absolutely, yeah. That's great. And we also have some changes in the premium packs UI as well.
Yep.
So maybe you could show us what that looks like.
There was a slight rework of the premium tab, so it's like now the scenes are like displayed straight away. It looks a bit more. I think it looks a better, and there's like still some improvements coming in for this. So it's like the scenes look more alive, but those are still yet to be done.
Okay. But it looks very good. Looks excellent. And I suppose like the premium packs that are coming in season 20 aren't showing on here, but maybe we could give a preview of what they look like. So the one that'll be coming in season 20 is Last Judgment. Maybe anybody in the chat would like to maybe type in like what kind of action movies like that the cosmetic that the Outlander is wearing, like what that brings to mind. I'd be interested to see what people's thoughts are on that. So yeah, that'll be coming in the launch of season 20. And then later on in the season as well, there'll be a premium pack that is like the Daisy Frostline pack as well. So it's nice to have like a premium pack that's like connected to one of our sister games as well at Bohemia Interactive. So yeah, you can look forward to those coming out soon.
On to some other changes as well that we didn't get to mention because we got over like we wanted to talk about a lot of other things and we focused on some more than others because our community really wants to know about the weapon overhaul and that's great. But I wanted to also touch upon the fact that we've made some changes with consumables that I believe Filip is well equipped to talk about. But before you start, Filip, my question is, can Raz showcase these consumables in the shelter because I guess their descriptions will have been changed as well?
I believe the descriptions should be updated. Yes. Of course. I think yeah. I think they should. I myself wasn't the one on those changes, so I might not be the best one equipped for that kind of thing. But I know about a couple of changes, and the biggest one for me personally, I think, was some tweaking of decoy. As far as I'm concerned, the decoy now should be a bit more usable than it was before, and that's because it's a throwable consumable at the moment, and it has a timer which you can set manually. Uh, you will just equip it. It shows an arc like any other, for example, grenades have. Well, not for example, just the grenades, right? As the grenades have, and you can, by the showed and suggested controls that will pop up in your UI, you can set the timer on it, which means that it will go off after that amount of time as you specify. I'm not sure what the values are. It's like 0, 3, and 5 seconds. 0, 3, 5, or 10, I think, something like that. So based on how much time you need to get out or create a diversion and flank from the other side, you can set it to 10 seconds. Prepare yourself for that. So, and I actually tried that myself on a couple of playtests now. It's really fun to use, actually. Even especially in, well, not especially, but I can feel the potential in the encounter when I'm creeping behind someone and create a diversion from the left and flanking from the right. It's a lot more fun than it was. So that's a great job on that.
Wonderful. Thank you, Philip, for going through that as well. We hope that the community will give the new changes to the consumables a go, and we hope that you let us know what you think about it, because we're always looking for feedback.
Oh,
so, and if you're curious when season 20 is dropping, it's going to be tomorrow. So, you're not gonna wait that long. Don't worry about it. And I also wanted to mention that we're almost nearing the end of our stream, but I just want to try and see if we've talked about everything. Alright, so we were supposed to talk about the battle pass which we presented. We have shown off Ikavian, we showed off the fancy new skin on the fancy new weapon, which is the tier, and we talked about the weapon overhaul, the consumable changes, and the UI changes for the premium packs, and the QR code as well for people to copy their Vigor ID easier. Is there anything else that comes to anyone's mind that we should touch upon before we go off in the night, because it's actually past our working hours, which a lot of people don't realize that actually, so I'm just putting it out there.
Well, since I did my homework, so like I'll just maybe allude that in.
Of
Is
course.
the challenges.
Yes!
Yes.
Wonderful.
So there will be new challenges like to the new weapon, and also some of the old ones got fixed or improved. There will be a new seasonal challenge, like killing 100 Outlanders in the shootout, and an older one got fixed, and it was the damage dealt in elimination, which only counted when you actually kill the player. So it's like killing someone to progressing with the challenge is no longer needed.
Mm-hmm.
So that's nice, I think.
That's wonderful. I think.
And maybe I have one more as well.
Mm-hmm. Sure,
We
sure.
didn't mention that we added one more language into the game actually.
That's true.
We weren't sure whether we will like slip it in because it was last minute addition, but it was a huge effort of multiple team members, and we added Chinese to the game. Yeah, so it found its way into the update. So one more language for Vigor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's an amazing change. We totally. Thank you for bringing it up.
Thank you.
All right. So yeah, aside from those changes, I'm not quite sure if there's anything else that we need to touch upon. We had some people asking when Vigor on PC is coming, and it will be coming this week for free to play, so keep an eye out. And just to briefly touch upon PC related stuff, because some people were like, what's gonna happen when early access ends? Please check out our social media. We have some videos explaining what's gonna happen, but the long story short is that there will be a wipe, and you will only be keeping the stuff from your reinforcements pack. So the weapons, the consumables, the unique outfit, and the unique title, and like some people call it a badge, so title or badge, whatever you would like to refer to it as. All right. I think that might be about it, unless there's anything else that comes up to anyone's minds.
No.
If not, okay, we'll be wrapping up for today. Thank you so much, everyone, for stopping by, and we hope that you're looking forward to our release tomorrow with Season 20. So that also means we will be going through server maintenance, so just keep that in mind. Yeah, and we'll see you in the Outlands. Thank you so much for stopping by. See you.
See you
Bye.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.